crap so much Diablo 2. And they just don't exist anymore. That company doesn't exist anymore. That's okay, actually. So good memories of playing those games with my friends, but it is what it is. Anyway, that was a long, pressing uh, thread, I guess. I just, I'm trying to get across it. Like, even if Bungie just would shut down tomorrow, it doesn't matter because it's not the Bungie we all loved. It doesn't exist. Halo, as we knew it, doesn't exist anymore. Myth: The Fallen Lords. I fucking love Myth. Does anybody else remember Myth? God, I love that game so much, and they never did anything with it. It's probably a thing they didn't do with it, but yeah, I used to play the hell out of Myth: The Fallen Lords because I was a graphic designer in the late 90s. I had a Mac. We didn't have a lot of choices, but I could play Myth. My God, I love that game so much. But yeah, they're talking about Marathon. They're talking about Sony's latest financials. Following Sony's latest financials, the firm's chief financial officer, Lin Tao, confirmed that Sony expects Marathon to launch within this fiscal year. I don't think anybody's going to buy it. It looks like it's going to be dead on arrival. Based on the progress, the autumn time frame, we believe we can communicate when we'll be launching Marathon. Looking at Bungie overall, Sony said the developer is becoming less of an independent subsidiary and instead is merging it into PlayStation Studios. Yeah, again, Bungie no longer exists. It is a brand. But the Bungie we knew. It's kind of like Zingers, right? Hostess Zingers. They used to be Dolly Madison. Yeah, these ones suck. They just taste like Twinkies with a little bit of coconut on. But the old ones, they were like soaked in fucking syrup. Like you could choke a person with the amount of like raspberry syrup that they had. God, they were so good.
It seems so dark. I don't know why.
It says Zingers on the box, but it ain't a zinger in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Right? So there actually is another company that makes Mrs. Freshly's, and her zingers are better. And I prefer Mrs. Freshly's zingers. Just say, sometimes you can find alternatives that are better than the quote-unquote real thing. At the time of the acquisition, we were offering a very intimate environment. However, thereafter, we've gone through structural reform. Translation: Bungie didn't bring it. They didn't bring it, so he's getting gone, and they're gonna basically fold it into PlayStation Studios. Now, let's talk about this. Yes, this is the point of the video, not my zingers. Zingers are actually my favorite company. Cold zingers, Dolly Madison zingers. Just point it out. Sony stock rallies as Bungie CEO departs. This is a very good look. Like, hey, I'm quitting. Cool, the stock's going up because you're quitting. I bet Cracker Barrel's stock would go up if what's her face, Rachel Maddow White, if she would quit. I bet the stock would go back up. Sony stock was up.
Excuse me.
The entertainment company revealed changes at one of its game development studios. This come from Tip Ranks. Bungie CEO Pete Parsons has stepped down as leader and will depart the company. This comes after the studio's latest game, Marathon, was delayed indefinitely, despite a planned release in September of 2025. I did not know it was. Sony stock was under pressure as the entertainment company revealed changes in one of its games.
Not really one for the spotlight. There is some gravy to be had. I thought you'd simply get primo parking.
Marvel DC are charging us $4.99 for lottery ticket. Oh, accidentally attached to it, I guess. Marvel's Ultimate Endgame Blind Bag and DCKO's Polybag sell you the same comic over and over again. But here's the part that'll make you angry. It's for Chase variant covers. The odds totally stacked against me. The saddest part, this isn't a gimmick. This is basically just their new business model. Comics aren't entertaining. They are just collecting. Marvel and DC have driven off so many actual readers.
Sucker.
They don't even try to sell comics.
I know what you're doing there. What? Yep.
Their first crossover in 2 years is being pushed almost entirely on variant covers. In the resale market, every trend shows these collectibles aren't all that collectible. Once you see just how gross this all is, you'll never look at a variant gimmick the same way again. If you know what blind box toys or Chase Funko Pops are, then you already know the scheme Marvel and DC are running with the Ultimate Endgame blind bags and DC KO's poly bags. You pay full price for a comic, but you don't know which cover you're getting. If you want the really rare one, better keep buying until luck finally breaks your way. This isn't anything new in market psychology. It's the exact same FOMO trick that's been driving Funko Pop variant chases and Pokemon packs for years. It's basically playing slot machines, but with collectibles.
Hmm.
You're not buying the story, you're buying a scratch-off ticket that just happens to have some extra stuff stapled on the inside. And those rare tiers, they're not rare because of age or scarcity, they're manufactured. Just a smaller print run with a different skin on the outside. Everything else is exactly the same. DC and Marvel are forcing retailers, collectors, and speculators to keep paying for the exact same comic book.
Wow.
Basically, it's what I like to call the "you were dumb enough to love comics and stick around" tax. And there is 100%
Yep.
long-term damage involved.
Wow.
They are trading entire generations of buyers that think comics are playing the lottery. That the cover is the only thing that matters. If this is how they handle hyped up events like Ultimate Endgame and DCKO, what happens when they get a once in a generation crossover? Do they actually believe comics can still sell as comics? Marvel and DC are finally crossing over again, and this isn't some throwaway gimmick. It's Batman and Deadpool, $2 billion movie properties. This is literally something my 4-year-old could sell to comic book fans. This should be marketed as a once-in-a-generation event you can't miss. But how are they actually promoting it? Variant covers. Not the crossover, not the characters, not the writers, not the artists, and certainly not the stories, just more variant covers. That tells you
You need to move
everything
that butt.
about the state of American comics. Marvel and DC know their first crossover in 30 years won't sell as a comic book. They know their stories have gotten so bad and so expensive that fans don't even trust that they can make
Don't.
Batman and Deadpool worth
Comic
reading.
books have become
They looked at 80 years
Pokemon
of comic
cards.
history and decided you don't deserve good stories anymore.
Oh my gosh, that
They're selling
button.
collectible wrappers with comics accidentally attached, and we wonder how they drove off all their actual readers over the last 30 years. They spent decades conditioning customers to buy multiple copies of the same book. You need a complete collection. They told fans the only value in comics was chasing whatever hot cover you could flip the next week. Now,
Tell 'em,
they're
Wes.
creating comics only for speculators and collectors
Tell them,
instead
Wes.
of, I don't know, readers. Comics have devolved into geek bonds and away from worthwhile entertainment. And if you're starting to say, Wes, you're being too harsh, stick around for the numbers I'm getting to. They'll prove my point better than words ever could. Because here's the cold hard truth. Modern collectibles only
Which, huh?
work if these rare comics rise in value over time and there remains a rabid group needing to buy them. Is that the case? Classic comics like Action Comics #1 or Amazing Fantasy 15 are valuable because they survived for decades when nobody thought they were valuable. Kids read them to pieces. Parents tossed them in the trash. Surviving copies in even decent condition are truly rare. Modern variants are the exact opposite. They're marketed as collectibles from day one, printed in the thousands, and immediately bagged, boarded, or slabbed. Everyone preserves modern comics. Everyone owns the rare book in pristine condition, which means it isn't rare at all. And the market proves it. Hyped up books like Spider-Gwen #1, the J. Scott Campbell variant, and Batman
Careful, Wes.
69,
Gonna get you, dude.
Spider-Man
Gonna send the squads after you.
during their own time, only to sink back to $20 or $30 within a few years. Other variants like Inhumane Lee's Streetverse covers or even Alex Ross's Timeless variants sell for cover price or less almost as soon as they hit shelves. Once the initial frenzy evaporates, nobody wants to be the sucker left holding stacks of limited editions that can't actually sell. It's a brutal pattern. Manufactured scarcity collapses under actual demand. Go Collect's 2023 Buyer's Market Breakdown flat out admitted that most modern hot variants are short term, maybe good for a flip during release week, and worthless afterwards. And we're not talking about fringe indies here. These are Marvel and DC tentpole films. But they keep running these schemes. Marvel and DC need collectors to keep believing, to keep buying duplicates, to keep paying the "you were dumb enough to love comics and stick around" tax. And when you rebuild your entire comics business model on treating books as rare investments instead of actual entertainment, what happens when those investments turn to junk? What's left when the special wrapper loses its value? I got all the receipts. The blind bag scheme, the big crossover marketed solely on variant covers, and the resale collapse. Marvel and DC turned comics into lottery tickets, readers into gamblers, and mass entertainment into fake scarcity. They've convinced people that the special skin matters more than the story. That a complete run means owning a dozen variants on the exact same issue. Blind bags, variant recession, the cover-driven crossover. It's all the same shell game. They stopped investing in storytelling that captured millions. Marvel and DC traded that away, chasing the dragon that already imploded the industry once. They drove away the casual reader, went all in on collectors and speculators, and now even they are realizing they've been hacked. But scams only work until people see the trick. Once they've been burned, you can't unsee that. And nobody wants to feel like a sucker twice. If you want the full breakdown, watch my video Variant Covers, Gimmicks, Lies. Comic collecting is a sucker's game now. It dives even deeper into why modern comic collecting is snake oil. I do appreciate the time, and remember to keep thinking.
At Ford, 80% of the vehicles we sell in America are assembled in America. Nobody's committed to America like Ford is.
And who benefits from that?
I okay. I don't even know how to get up there. Retard. Full retard. I went full retard. Full panic.
Groceries.
No.
There's a ring back.
No. No, you don't.
What's up, Mom?
Yeah. From where I'm packing them up.
Hey, go get one half and sit me when you start finishing. It's enough. Use the help.
My ribs. Took me forever.
Do what?
My ribs took forever.
Oh,
Dude.
babe, guess what? What?
I love
I love you.
a lot. Oh my god.
No, no.
How do you make onions not make them cry?
I'm just so confident. That's
You man up.
Did you say Nana? What?
You man up.
Oh,
You quit being a little baby.
oh.
That's how you do it.
Are you playing Minecraft? You're working in the caves?
I'm just messing around a little bit.
Anyway, you want to that? Oh, there's a mountain. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Sydney. Start, your brother's bagging them up. You can start carrying them into the door.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta help get this going. You're tired.
Do you need my help? Yeah. How much is it? I'll go.
There's not time. Go on, go it. There it is not. I mean, there's a good door.
How do I get up here? Right there.
Yeah.
Want to help?
Second.
Is that what's happening back here? These areas don't have the world where it's fitting in. Fires should be carrying things with the brain. Make the timings. I want to go.
Come on, princess, stop. Come on, stop. Come on, they should be able to live down here.
I was not joking.
Sydney, baby girl, come on. Hey, you guys quit fighting, please. Watch the tone.
Can't you let stop? Bob, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and load and so we're ready.
I'm not going.
Okay.
You know what I'm doing here.
With me, before you start playing with your sister, you need to help your brother. Yeah. Stop with my nose. Sure.
You get back check.
Yeah.
What?
I think this is all right, Izzy, you gotta get out. Too many people in the kitchen and Mom's cooking. Why don't we get sourdough bread? There's some in the freezer. Oh. There's one more outside. There's no more outside. I mean, why this is not something. go ahead and knock them out. Yeah, don't. I'll just leave them out. Where did you put that? Yeah. Okay. So,
I still might think of that.
okay.
What?
That first. Keep that. That's what I said. That's it. Oh. He's in the basket. I know that. You like?
All right. We get it. We feel you. Oh, feel ya.
Okay. My shootings. My shootings. Oh yeah, we have 3 apples off the block. Okay.
That's the reason
That's
no more apps left.
like 1 more.
How's that one?
It's only like 1 or 2 because mom needs 1 too. Hold on. Why don't you finish? Why don't you help take stuff out of bags, kids? Eat up the trash. What? I think that's it. Okay, what job is yeah, cooking stuff. It's cooking.
Dad,
Hmm.
look
Ah,
at that.
yeah.
And to save up for a nice laptop that'll last me, I'm looking at like an $800 budget.
Yeah.
Like even with me putting half of it directly in savings, I can still save up this amount of money with this small amount of time.
Good plan.
It's, I don't have any business. That's in the quarter.
Mm-hmm. Before you get a laptop, you gotta get your driver's license.
Okay. Now, I can agree to that. If I actually want my driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
That goes in there pretty good. That's pretty.
Careful, careful. Yeah, I have got to drop my or move my drop button. Q is just too much, bro.
Where's
Talking about panic right next to walk
Oh, yeah.
forward. And you really don't hit it that much, but yeah, you will, especially once your hand's tired and you're trying to use the number because I'm trying to use the number
You
keys
could
more.
probably move it to like one of these, so you
Yeah.
can just shift your thumb up.
And it's nice to still have it.
Uh-huh.
You know, when you're throwing stuff, yeah, to just chunk stuff on the ground without having to go into your menu. It is nice. So
Your work, you know.
Thank you, Billy.
Did I start the dryer? Did the dryer go down? Sometimes you have
right sleeve, I think that's it. I turned it off. Hold on. Let me get off here real quick. Oh, and I need to eat my ribs. Pull those out of there.
your rips out.
Do it. Take them out. They gotta be ready.
Take them